When I recall back to early high school, around ninth grade, 10th grade, I never really talked to anybody. Like, I was scared to talk to humans. And it's crazy because around this time, that's when COVID was going on. Everybody wore a mask, nobody knew each other. Yet, I had social anxiety. I continued to reject myself before others rejected me. During every conversation, I would think, what do they think about me? Do they like me? Am I talking too soft? Am I talking too loud? I would just overthink and overanalyze every situation and not be present in the moment. Therefore, I would choose to stay silent. You know that meme where it says, be awkward by staying silent or be awkward by talking? That was me. I had to pick my side because I know if I talk too much, deep down, I'll be anxious, shy, and if I didn't talk at all, I was more secure. So that's the choice I made. I didn't talk to anybody from ninth grade to around late 11th grade. Every day in school, I would not communicate with classmates, often saying one-word responses like, what's good? Saying, okay, yes ma'am, yes sir to the teachers, not conversate with anybody. Every day, all I did was just do the work, went home, stayed at home, played video games, watched TV, went to sleep. No social events, no communication, no friends, nothing. And for most people will think that's not really that bad. But for me, that contributed to me being socially anxious everywhere. I didn't know how to talk to people. I had no social skills. And it's crazy because when I recall, people actually gave me the chance. They actually went up to me and said, what's good? And actually tried to make conversation with me. But knowing me back then, I was overly self-conscious, so I didn't talk. I just graduated high school around 2 days ago. And looking back, my biggest regret is not being myself and not being social enough. Like, when I look at people that can be social easily, I look at them with a little bit of envy because I know that I never got that chance. It's not that I desire to be popular in high school because, let's be real here, being popular in high school doesn't matter after you put that cap and gown on and get that diploma. Like, no, it does not matter. But it does contribute to how confident you are in yourself, how secure you are in yourself, how socially available you are. And this awkwardness, this social anxiety, this not talking translated to every aspect of my life. When I got my first job, I didn't know how to talk to people. Most people will greet me every day. I would greet them and then I'd move on. Would not make conversation, didn't know how to make conversation. See, me, my family, we're not really social like that. So I do believe it has something to do with genetics, but I can't just use that as a cop-out because I didn't put any effort into trying. I just went through the motions, not talking. And so I came off as this extremely shy, reserved kid. My fault for the camera. I ain't have a problem with that. But when you call somebody awkward, you know how people don't like silence. See, overly extroverted people, they are uncomfortable when it comes to talking to somebody that doesn't talk like that because they can't live with silence. Me, I don't got no problem. I can listen to people all day, but I can't talk all day. I often have to make up certain filler conversations, small talk, if you will. And that kind of ruined my high school years. I didn't make as many friends. Wasn't as exciting as it could have been. And overall, my high school years, I was just overly self-conscious. Like, that's one thing I took out of graduating was, could have been more social, could have been more confident in myself, could have been less insecure. Because when you don't talk and people bring attention to you that you don't talk and they start throwing labels on you, you become overly self-conscious even more. You become insecure even more than you thought you could, because you have your brain and other brains going against you. And that force is extremely powerful when it comes to landing a job, when you go out of school, transitioning to college. Because me, I'm going to college, I can't be no socially awkward. I have to put myself out there in college. I have to socially network. So I had to learn how to talk to people. And that's why I'm telling you all this story, because I've experienced what it's like to be that quiet kid, that introverted kid that just went to school, did his work, went home. And people backlash me for it. It's crazy. It's crazy. Now, late senior year, junior year, I did get a little bit more confident in myself. I did start to talk to people, but then they'll still have that first impression of me. Like, first impressions, they stick with you. Like, every student that knew me, they already got that first impression of that I was an awkward kid. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was quiet. So when I went out of my way and decided to talk, they'll be surprised. They'll be like, ooh, you can talk now. Ooh, what changed? Like, they'll spread the word that I was a formerly quiet kid. And when they do that, they try to belittle you and try to make you less of a human being just because you're trying to change. Like, it's crazy that people, they'll complain about something, and then when you try to change that thing, they'll complain that you're trying to change it. Like, it's actually crazy in high school how social networks work in high school. But yeah, when I became more confident in my later years, I made more friends, made more connections. Then I realized, like, oh, it's not that hard. It ain't that hard to make friends. It ain't that hard to talk to people that you don't know. Because you got to realize that you don't know them and they don't know you. So you're all on the leveling playing field. And you got to go out your way to make that good first impression that will last. Because when you go up to them and be awkward and be scared and nervous, they're not going to want to talk to you, bro. Trust me. They're not going to want to talk to you. And I'm making this video because I'm trying to tell y'all that it's up to you if you want to be socially active, if you want to be popular in high school. Because one thing I'm going to tell you is that nobody is going to go out their way to talk to you if they don't know you. 9 times out of 10, people don't talk to who they don't know. They stick to their own cliques, their own groups. So you have to decide if you want to put yourself out there and be social. Because no amount of meditation, no amount of journaling, no amount of reading books on how to talk to people is gonna, hold on man, it's a fucking airplane. No amount of these habits are gonna teach you how to talk to people. The only thing that's gonna teach you how to talk to people is talking to people. Like, actually, it's not that hard. Getting experience in talking to people is what's gonna teach you how to make better conversations, how to make better friends, how to be less secure, how to be more confident, etc. So it's the summer right now. So next school year, whether you're going to college, whether you're going to the workforce, a career, high school, freshman, senior year, it's up to you on how many friends you make, on how many connections you make. It's up to you. I'll see y'all in the next one.